Welcome to Hustle and Harmony. I'm Julia.
And I'm Emily.
And we are doing a series on beauty. We're on part 3. And today is all about self-care. I think you're going to have a lot of cool products that people can use because you're introducing me to some of those too. Mm-hmm. And then I think some of the things I'm going to talk about are just things that I do that are self-care for my mental that help me get out of some of the ruts that I'm in when I'm in them.
Yeah, I love that. It is pretty crazy how these things are a little bit more holistic and not like something that you're applying to your face and immediately seeing a change. One of my long-term partners is TheraBody, and they have a whole branch called TheraBody Beauty. And the two main products that I use and love are the TheraFace Pro and then just the mask. And the TheraFace Pro is more of a handheld device that you like do to your face. It's like it has percussion therapy, and then it has microcurrents and red light and blue light. You can even put, these are all different heads you put on.
So I haven't used it yet. Is it like a massage?
They're all different. So like cool. There's one head that's for like washing your face. So you can apply your face wash and then it just kind of like rubs around. There's another head that's like a percussion therapy. So it like, you know, vibrates
generates
against your face.
Blood to the face probably. That like
and
helps
you can change
repair.
the color of the light that's on while you're doing the percussion therapy. It's really cool. And then the microcurrents are what I saw you currently have on. It's like the two metal balls.
I just feel like it's gonna feel so good.
So
like
they give you the
pushing
gel
the drainage out of your face like this. It's gonna feel so good.
Right.
I've seen some videos where like even if you don't have the machine, what I've seen people do with even just their fingers, it's like there's lots of fluid in your face, and obviously if you move around this fluid, like it is going to help shift and some of your features and shape things. It's the same reason why if you're super dehydrated or you drink a bunch of alcohol, like it changes the aesthetic of your face. There's a lot going on here more than just your bone structure.
It's like you got me the roller from Dubai, and it just helps with
it can actually make
drainage.
Your sinuses feel better too. Like I was watching this whole video of someone who's like, you can drain your sinuses by like dragging your fingers up your like cheekbones and then down by your ears, down your throat like this.
I do that a lot.
And it actually is like draining your sinuses and moving fluid away from your face and like depuffing your skin, which is insane. And I'm sure this product or this machine just does it better. Okay.
And then the mask is actually like this giant white plastic mask that you put on, and you look like the Terminator.
You look like you're like a horror movie, but it's like still cute at the same time.
But it is like magic. It does red light, blue light, and then red plus infrared light. It's only 8 minutes total. So Julia, see me, I just do it every night before bed. And it's kind of like the dream treatment that dermatologists would recommend. The red light helps firm skin and helps with wrinkles and fine lines. The blue light helps with acne and bacteria on your face that might cause acne. And then the red plus infrared light helps with dark spots. So it kind of hits everything. And I'm not super well versed on like all of the science behind it, but literally all the experts are like, here's the perfect device for you to use every night. And I'm just like, okay, thanks. Sounds great.
Well, I think there's also a beauty in the fact that you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like even with the first machine, you're like, okay, you've got to change these tops out and you've got to actually actively move it around your face. That mask, like I've seen you in it and you're just like watching TV or journaling or doing whatever. And the mask is just put on your face doing the work for you. And I'm like, it kind of looks wild, but also like so cool. It looks like you're in the future. Yeah. Like I feel like you came straight from the future when you were in it.
It does. I actually saw a really funny, I think it was a TikTok, that was like, you want to know how to be safe and have your self-care at night? She's like going on her walk to walk her dog at the end of the day with her Terminator face mask on.
That's so
and
funny.
She's like, no one will approach you. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Wow.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
It's a good life hack.
So I guess some of the other things that are less like beauty specific, but they're things that I feel like make me feel so much better. One is for sure body movement, and I know that's like, okay, workout, or like, it's not about weight. This isn't about like fitness or anything like that. It's, for me, it was, so I signed up for, I told you, like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I was like, I really just want to do hot yoga.
Yeah.
And for me, the self-care of this hot yoga thing, that has nothing to do with, like, I'm not going to consistently go do hot yoga, but it was like, I was just feeling like maybe there's too much going on in my head, and my body just hadn't moved in a stretch form in so long, other than your basic hamstring stretch after you run. Like, I don't do my own yoga at home. And after we did that first class together, I was sore in like the most random muscles that I forgot even existed. And
I was sore all across my chest.
Yeah, my hands.
It was long. I've never done a class that long. It was an hour long, and it was a 100 degrees over.
I went back and did a 90.
The next day?
Not the next day, a couple days later.
How was that?
It was before my first scuba diving lesson.
Oh,
so I did back to back.
Were you okay?
I was like not okay, honestly. I was so tired. I did a 90-minute hot yoga class and went straight to the scuba diving thing that was like 5 hours.
5 hours?
The beginning of it was like a test, but then the second half was like all in the water.
Oh, girlfriend.
I know. So it ended up being okay, but I just like wouldn't recommend doing both of those on the same day. But the yoga for me, it was so much more about having a departure from my normal life than it was about, I'm going to have to implement this into my everyday life so that I can be the most flexible, blah, blah. Like, no. This was about a change of pace, a new experience that got me out of kind of this little rut I felt like I was in for a little while. I was like, I need to do something new. And I need to feel like my body is like moving in a way that I have not been moving it. And that really helped for me. And I think the same thing, it sounds obviously more enjoyable, but just like going and getting a massage. It's unreal what moving your muscles and like getting lactic acid out of them can do. It actually will make you more sore at first, but it just reminds you how many different parts of your body have to be working right every single day for you to function. It's unbelievable. Like, taking care of all those muscles too. And I know this is like, sounds like a TheraBody episode because of all of that, but the TheraGun you gave me, it does the same thing. Like, you don't have to go in to get an actual massage, because it's like, you can do it on the bottom of your feet. You can do it on your hands. I mean, it's wild, but even just like after doing yoga, the muscles in my hands were so sore.
My hands were sore too.
And it's stuff like that not, you don't have to do it every single day, but if you can incorporate it in every once in a while, it'll just, for me, it makes me feel like I've just gotten all the cricks out of my neck and reawakened my muscles.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it all kind of goes into with just having less stress and, hydrating more, doing yoga, like getting more sleep. All of these things help you just to be less inflamed too. Which I feel like that's the biggest thing that I struggle with. Like, if I have been super stressed, or maybe I just had like a super salty meal or something, and like I go to put makeup on and my face just looks like swollen and puffy, I'm like, no matter what makeup I put on right now, like, I'm not gonna feel cute. And that's really frustrating. So just like any little things I can do to help with that, and the sauna / the hot yoga you were talking about, I feel like that really helps with
I'm about to buy a personal sauna.
Well, you tried to.
I tried to buy like a really big fancy one to put outside, and they like couldn't get the crate into my condo, which is super annoying how vague they are about delivery. Anyway, we won't get into that. But they make personal saunas that you can just like zip up into. And I'm not talking about the ones you lay down in, because I feel like that would be so nasty.
That'd
just
be
lay
weird,
in your sweat. But the ones that are, you put a chair in it, and it just goes
like
up to like your head.
Oh,
it stops right here.
Whole body.
They have full body ones too that you zip up all the way around, but I've seen them where it's just like right here or to your neck. And
I feel like full body would be better, because then you can like actually like be on your phone or something instead of just, you know what I mean?
I do, but I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't picked. So, because I'm also like, but then maybe my hair wouldn't get as sweaty. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. So we'll have a later episode if I ever pull the trigger
To be
on
continued.
that. But no, what you're saying about like the sauna or the steam room, I feel like just sometimes having an intense heat around you can make your body just feel a little looser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the sauna. It's also, I listened to this amazing episode with Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Stacy Sims, and she's an expert on women's health and longevity, and she just raved about the importance and benefits of heat for women. For women, extreme cold, she said, wasn't as helpful. Like you can do like
You mean like cold plunge or like?
Yeah, it's less helpful for women than it is for men. If it's a less intense cold, that can still be beneficial. Obviously, there are cognitive benefits and skin benefits and whatnot, but she really raved about heat and doing the sauna every day, even for just 20 to 30 minutes right after you work out. It makes a big difference, and I've felt that difference too whenever I'm like just throughout the day, like I said, for the puffiness in my face, but also just in performance too. Like I think the sauna kind of helps a lot with everything.
There's no way I could fit that into my schedule every single day, but I do think, especially in the winter, to like wake up in the morning and just warm up in a sauna before I go. You know me. We're so cold.
Opposite.
We are so opposite. Like I'm freezing all the time. So sometimes in the middle of the summer when it's 105 degrees outside, I'll just sit in my car because it's a sauna in there, and I'm like, God, this feels so good. I won't even sweat.
You're literally
I'll
crazy.
just be like, this is where I belong. It's heaven in here.
Every night I'm like, can I turn the AC down now? Can I turn it down? 70 is the number I've gotten her to get to. If I was in my own place, I'd put it at 65 when I slept.
I think that's a fair middle ground.
It's very normal. Like it's like a normal temperature.
Yeah. But I'm still cold at 70, which is like the point of
it.
That's why
hilarious.
I know I'm
you're like under all the comforters, and I like have the sheet on top of me. But anyways, I think that's part of like self-care too, is just figuring out some things, even if it's what you're supposed to do, it's not going to work the best for you. And
cold plunge, not going to be me.
Yeah.
Never. Not your girl. Not happening.
I was a fan of cryo for a while, and after listening to that podcast and a lot of my coaches and trainers not being big fans of cold because it makes your muscles and tendons tighten up, I'm not a big fan of it anymore.
Okay.
But yeah.
This one, we were kind of joking before the episode that I was like, I'm only going to say one word this entire podcast, and it's just like water.
Hydration.
Like, just hydrate. Because I drink a gallon of water a day, and I started that, probably 2 years ago, and I'm telling you, everything in my life is better. Like, it makes my voice feels better. I feel like I don't get sick as much. I feel like I'm able to like process my food better. I feel like my hunger is not as much because I am also constantly drinking water, which does fill you up some.
Yeah.
And it is so annoying, obviously, if I'm like, well, this is a co-write and I've had to get up 3 times to go to the bathroom. That's so annoying. But
yeah,
it gets better if you consistently drink water. And I also try to plan my day where it's like I more so heavy load in the front half of the day. Like there's nothing better that you can do for yourself than wake up and immediately drink at least like 8 to 12 ounces of water.
Absolutely.
Immediately. Like it is kickstart your day way better than a cup of coffee. Like do that first, then have your cup of coffee, then do whatever you were going to do.
I've actually had a lot of people and different like sources teach me, which is not a revelational thing, but it's new to me. Having lemon water when you first wake up is really, really good for you to like flush out everything.
See, I love that between all of our conversations from you, we get like, what's the best way to do it? Yeah. And from me, we get like, what's the really efficient, like how can we actually put this into our day to day if we're definitely not going to go buy a lemon, but if you're going to go buy a lemon, it is better. And
well, you can even get like a little lemon juice squeezer.
Okay. Because I would do that.
Don't have fresh lemon.
Yeah, I would do that.
You're really good too about putting electrolytes in your water.
Yeah, I well, that's because of you. The Element and even what's the other one that I use? Vega Sport. Oh. It is so good, and it's the flavor of it. am obsessed with. And it comes in like the jar where you can do the scoops instead of just individual packets.
Yeah.
So I love that one too. And a lot of times I'll just throw that whole jar in my bag if I'm traveling and take that one on the road. But it's healthy. It's not, there's no sugar. It's like a good electrolyte packet, not like a, you know.
But it's an important thing to be aware of whenever you're trying to drink more water. If you're just drinking plain water, you're going to be like this. You're going to be like, I'm going to the bathroom all the time. Like my pee is clear. I feel bloated. And it's because you're not getting enough electrolytes in that water too. So just be mindful of that.
It's so much more delicious. Like, I promise you, a gallon of water does not feel annoying if you're drinking like raspberry and then
it makes it so easy to drink water.
Whatever. It's so good.
Electrolytes will change your life.
And then water will literally change your life.
Yeah.
So that was like the soapbox I needed to stand on for a little bit about self-care. Because I do think, you know, it actually is totally a beauty thing too. Because I watched, I think it was like a Hailey Bieber like Vogue when they follow you around and do the 20 questions through your house or something like that. And I think it was her. It was a model, whoever it was, or maybe it was, I don't remember, but it was somebody who was like gorgeous and was just like, I drink so much water. It's my secret. It's what I do all the time. Yeah. Even one of my best friends, Emma, who's the supermodel.
Yeah.
Effie Harvard, go look her up. She's got a new country song. She just dropped her first country song. We love her to pieces. Check her out. But she, she will always have a glass of water in her hand.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so good for you in every way. Puffiness, skin clarity, like all of the things. Other wellness, like self-care tips. I don't know that anything's going to top water and then like sleep. But I've been not as good about sleep recently. I'm trying to be better.
I think the thing with sleep too that people don't fully understand is the importance of your routine. And
what's that? Never heard of her.
Like consistent bedtimes and wake times. It makes such a big difference.
Yeah, one day.
But I think a good like concluding point for all of this is like these little different self-care tips make you feel better and make you feel more confident too, even if they don't like directly correlate to how you're looking on that day.
Yeah.
The most powerful way to look beautiful is to just be your happy and most confident self. Like when someone walks in and they're just like beaming and they're just a great ball of energy and light, you're like, wow, she's gorgeous. Like she's so, I want whatever's going on there.
No accessory better than a smile.
Yeah. And so I think that's kind of like a good concluding point for self-care and how important it is to do what you need to do to make yourself feel happy, because that is such a huge piece in not even like how other people perceive you as being beautiful, but like feeling beautiful and like feeling confident in yourself and everything you're doing for yourself and when you're going out and when you're by yourself, and just like self-care, the past 2 episodes of makeup and then hair too, all of it coming together.
Okay, we're wrapping up this episode, and I think obviously we normally do our book club and Q&A, but I talked about this on the last episode. I would really like if on maybe for just a couple of these we can do some of our favorite Netflix series instead of only doing books, because I am in the middle of 2 Netflix series. Well, one that I definitely want to talk about, but like one that pertained more to the book you were talking about last book club.
Yep.
And this Netflix series was called, it actually is a book and I haven't read it yet. So I need to go back and read it. But I watched the series first, having no idea what it was going to be about.
Okay.
It is insane. Handmaid's Tale. A Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my God.
So the book you were talking about.
I watched some of that with you.
It is the craziest dystopian, futuristic, what would happen if America reverted to this type of a society where women have no say in anything and your body is used as just a tool to produce babies, essentially. I mean, the series is done in such a dark way that it was hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
But it's also done in such a smooth transition from, 2020, 2024 life to, okay, these were the steps of how America got to this point. And it makes it so
creepy.
Believable that you're like, I mean, it's like a Black Mirror episode. If you've like, okay, that's a whole nother one. I can get onto another episode, but like way this show makes me appreciate all of my liberties as a woman today and all of the people around me that, you know, think more similarly to the way I think and the way that like our current traditional society like thinks. It could be so different, and it is so different in other places in the world. And I think when I was watching that series, it also reminded me of like, this is women's reality today in some places, not exactly, but like there are certain rights that are taken away that women don't have other places.
It's scary.
And even just the thought of like, if you have a child and they're born a woman, like, what do you do? And it's just so if you're wanting something that's going to make your brain kind of hurt and make you just a little bit stressed out about how the future could turn if like really terrible people came into power, then you should go and watch the series of Handmaid's Tale. And I do want to add that to my list of books to read. So maybe I can still call it a book club. What's yours for the week? Netflix even, or streaming series if you want.
I am deep in the pits of Friends right now.
Oh,
so
deep in the pits was a crazy way to describe that. But
I mean, like it's a big commitment. It's a long time.
It is the best show of all time.
It is so good.
I truly think that.
It's so timeless.
I'm loving timeless. That's the best way to describe it. We watched it in 2 completely different times. Like I think I watched it while I was in college. So I guess I was still in school. But we watched it at completely different times, and it is so timeless. Like, you're completely right. And every single episode is about a different thing that has probably happened to someone you know. Yeah. And they just cover so many different weird life curveballs that can get thrown at you, and they have all the different perfect personalities of their characters. I'm stealing your series. Go ahead.
No, it's like it's crazy good. The way that they have the character definition down is so good.
Who's your favorite character?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Actually, I really want this to be a post too on our socials. Like, I need to know who is your favorite Friends character, because it says a lot about you. I can't, it's hard to say who my favorite is. I think I'm such a combination of of all 3 of the girls. I love Phoebe's weirdness.
Phoebe's so
amazing. I think the one that I would probably make more similar decisions to would probably be Rachel. Yeah. Like, I think that's more along the lines of like just a little unhinged, but like still kind of normal. Yeah. But it's such a good series. And my least favorite character easily is Ross.
Poor Ross.
Oh, he's just awful in it. And they weren't, like, being on a break doesn't matter.
Yeah. I am past that part, so she didn't ruin anything for me.
It's on T-shirts.
I literally didn't know. I had no clue it was a Friends reference.
Me being the last person in the world to watch Harry Potter, or to read Harry Potter, you're the last person in the world to watch Friends.
I know. Okay. I'm aware. I'm proud of it.
I can't wait. You're not to this yet, but I can't wait until you get to Pivot. Okay. People will know. The real ones will know.
I've heard that reference for sure. Okay, let's do our Q&A. Okay, so our Q&A is a fun question this week. It is, what is your favorite holiday and why?
That is so hard. Do you for sure know what your favorite holiday is?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Christmas.
Oh, I was going to say Thanksgiving, but I feel
Thanksgiving's a great one.
For me, Thanksgiving and Christmas are the same holiday.
They are kind of blobbed together.
For me, I feel like travel-wise, there have been so many times where when I went, I just didn't leave until the whole spiel was done. And I think that's because I've always had a weird career where the music industry shuts down in December. So if you want to just go the end of November and not come back till the end of December, like even January, you're not missing anything.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so for me, those are kind of bunched up together.
Yeah. No, mine's definitely Christmas. I think going to the Christmas fairs growing up, I lived for that. I actually, whenever I was visiting Kristen just now, there was like one day of just perfect weather. It probably wouldn't be perfect to you because
London?
It was a little chilly. No. It was like 2 days ago in Connecticut.
Okay.
You definitely wouldn't have thought it was perfect because it was like a little chilly. It was probably like, don't kill me, like 65 or something like that. But it was gorgeous, and it just reminded me of like all the fall festivals we went to growing up. And for some reason, those are just such core memories. But yeah, going to the Christmas fairs, my favorite thing was getting a little new babushka doll every year. I was obsessed with babushka dolls because you open them up and they get super small. And of course, it's also by my birthday. My birthday.
I was definitely going to
14th.
point that out. I'm like, this whole like chunk of time we're talking about, Emily's birthday is smack in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's just like, for our family too, we've like all in this era or all in that like same ballpark. So obviously, you know, Christmas is the 25th. So Emily is the 14th, Miss Maria is the 15th. And then so Christmas is the 25th. Grandy and Granddad's anniversary, I think, is like the 29th. And then it's New Year's. And then the 4th is Granddad's, or the 3rd is Kristen's. The 4th is Granddad's birthday. Kristen's our older sister. The 7th is Dad's. The 8th is Maudie's.
Yeah.
And then the 9th is our parents' wedding anniversary.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
And they all like we've had these huge parties before where it's just celebrating everything like, all at once. And it's like everyone's just in such a good mood for so long, like for so many days in a row.
Yeah.
So it's a good season for the fans.
Thank y'all so much for being here. We appreciate y'all and your time so much. And we're very excited for our next episode. You want to tell them what we're going to be talking about?
Our next episode is going to be about finding hobbies as an adult and some of the benefits of that and some of the tips on how you can do it, because it's obviously not as easy when you're busy and when it's, you know, just like maybe a little more embarrassing to be new at something and like not already be good at something. So I think it'll be a fun episode.
I'm excited for it too.
So y'all tune in. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you then. Bye, Cool Team.